Hello, Facebook group, Nourish Leaders Collective. We are clearly still getting ready this morning. Yeah, just trying to not feel that rush, that urgency. I literally have a piece of paper behind my desk from a cacao ceremony I attended last week, and we journaled like what the cacao was telling us, what the plant medicine was telling us, and I wrote down I need less hurriedness, less have tos, less internal pressure, less screens, less stories, less unsolicited advice, less perceived shade, less shame, less worry. And that less hurriedness piece. I also okay, I have these flyaways and I'm just going to continue to pull at them during these videos. Sometimes I watch the replay, I'm like criticizing every little thing. Do y'all do that? Just landing here with you on another Monday embodied leadership experiment. I'm going live every Monday at 10 a.m. ish, 10:05 today, for about 30 minutes to workshop some embodiment practices, to feel into what my body intuitively wants from me. And it's an opportunity and an invitation for you to do the same, to come start your week with embodiment in community. But this is really about your body, your nervous system. So we're going to start right away this morning, just taking a deep breath in and sighing it out. I want you to take notice. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your energy level like today? What's your comfort level at? Are there sensations that are feeling unpleasant in the body? You turn towards them, encircling them in the warm embrace of your awareness and your acceptance. Is there neutrality in the body? Maybe even numbness? This too, can you encircle in the embrace of your awareness? And finally, is there pleasantness in the body? Can you encircle this pleasantness, this pleasure in the warm embrace of your awareness? Make all guests in your home welcome, all sensations, and also all thoughts. Noticing the way certain thoughts hook into certain sensations to create patterns, to create moods, to create self-identity structures, to create ego. Dissolving these thought hooks, letting them bubble around like the true passing notions that they are. Clearing space for this embodiment practice this morning. If you need permission, giving yourself that permission to carve time, to carve space, to carve awareness of your own embodied experience. You are worthy. You belong here. You were meant to land here with us, whether you're here live on Instagram or in our Facebook community. Luna has feelings. Luna, my dog, making noises. Or whether you're watching the replay. Welcome, welcome, dear ones. Take another deep breath in together. Letting it go. Coming back Maybe just noticing where you're at in your cycle. I'm on day 16 of my cycle, how that's impacting your energy. In real time, we're in the season of Imbolc in the Northern Hemisphere, that gentle halfway point between winter and spring. Maybe noticing the season of life you're in, the season of your leadership. Are you embarking on a new venture? Are you a seasoned veteran? Are you somewhere in the middle? What wants to be created through you today, or integrated, or held? Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for choosing to embody leadership with us here today. Just trying to feel into what feels alive. I'm going to play some music and we're going to move around a bit. Let's see. Just some gentle movement. Just wherever we're at. And we're just gonna stretch and move around. You don't have to follow me, follow your intuition. Let it go. Pause it before I play the whole song. Woo! Shaking it out. Actually, I'm not going to sit down. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's see what we're feeling into here. Taking a deep breath, just noticing the effect of your movement. Let's go ahead and bring our feet hip width apart, a little wider than hip width. We're going to lift and spread our toes, so we're rooting into the earth with the balls of our feet. Bring your hands to your hips. Make sure your heart is over your pelvis. Your pelvis is centered between the hips, between the feet, between the stance. Keep your chin parallel to the floor, chin just slightly tucked. So we want that nice flat back, as though we're standing against a wall. Our head tends to go forward as humans. So we're working on bringing that head back, always thinking Is my head a little bit back? Is my heart over my pelvis? Lifting and spreading the toes is so important for activating in a positive way the inner tensioning system of the myofascia. And so this is our hydraulic internal system that houses our nervous system. And your fascia is always scanning your environment for safety. So one way that we bring this inner tensioning in is to help hold ourselves upright, to help ourselves empower our posture and embody our leadership. It brings a sense of confidence, which is why all that research has been done on power poses. But even without bringing our hands to our hips, do you feel that power coming in? You can lift and spread the shoes in a meeting, or lift and spread your toes inside of your shoes, or barefoot. It doesn't matter. It's so great to bring in during a meeting, during a presentation, just when you need that little wake up energy. And it's really nice during a meditation too. It helps me sit upright in my meditation position and just brings a sense of aliveness into the body, a sense of brightness, alertness, but in a positive way, not in a hyper-vigilant, scanning for threats way. And I am safe and I am here. So maybe just say that out loud. I am safe and I am here. I am that I am. I'm here to lead. Let's just start tapping the heart. I'm here to lead. What comes up? What visual imagery? What felt sensations as you say this? I'm here to lead. Start tapping the collarbones, the little bird beak hand across in a little smile shape. I'm here to lead. What do you see? Who are you here to lead? Who are you here to inspire? If your time has arrived, what is it calling you to do? We're just going to bring a little scrub into the heart. Maybe getting under the bra straps, getting all around those collarbone muscles, or collarbones. I cannot speak today. Scrubbing along that neck and taking it to the other side. Noticing the regulation coming into your body with those toes still lifted and spread. I'm always thinking about safety and expansion in my nervous system practices. So we're bringing in a sense of safety right now with the scrubbing and the holding of our neck, our heart space, our chest. You can bring a hold to the belly as well, the womb space. This cultivates a sense of safety. I am held. I am safe. I am okay. I got this. While at the same time, lifting and spreading those toes is bringing in a sense of expansion. The posture is bringing in a sense of expansion. And so when we combine these two forces, we can achieve ventral vagal nervous system states, which is the state we need in order to have social connection, to make eye contact, to be creative, to make art, to make shit happen, to be activists, to be leaders, to speak our truth, live our dharma, walk the path of our destiny. And that's why I'm so passionate about embodying our leadership. It's not enough to sit there and write your leadership or, work in your cubicle and make that your leadership. We have to embody our leadership. This helps us in our own inner journey process the hard shit, but it also helps us become that mirror for others, that example of what's possible. Yeah, we're still just standing here. It's amazing how much I just want to share with y'all. But let's go ahead and bring some shoulder taps. So we're going to inhale, tap the shoulders, exhale, push it away. And when we push it away, we're bringing our fingers back towards our face. And we're bringing our hands a little bit behind the body to really open the heart space. And this can feel super vulnerable. And it might get some of your muscles in and around your bra strap, the upper back, the intercostal muscles here, but you will get stronger with time. And the idea here, let's go ahead and roll the neck side to side as we stand like this. lifting and spreading the toes still. We're expanding the nervous system. We're expanding the body. We're saying, hello, world. Hello, universe. I'm here to lead. I am a leader. Say it again. I am a leader. Tap to inhale. Push away to exhale. We're going to do this a few times. Inhale, hold it. Hold, hold, hold. Toes still lifted and spread. And exhale. Push it away. Can release that. Make a few neck circles. Now we're going to bring the hands in front. We're just going to do a few pushes with the wrists and drops. So pushing through the palms and then dropping the wrists. You can sync it with your breath if you like. You can just vibe with it. Just getting that nice inner tensioning going. Let's make some circles with the palms. And reverse. Opening and closing the jaw. And we can shake that out. Beautiful ones. Are you feeling that aliveness in the arms? Let's go ahead and scrub. If all else fails, just scrub into the inner elbow crease down through the wrist crease. If you don't remember anything else throughout your week. And then get into the palms. The back of the hand. I love showing up here with you, dear ones. I love just listening to my body and what needs to come through. This really holds me accountable to my own practice. We're going to go to the other side, elbow crease to wrist crease. And then into that palm. And we're always trying to scrub, remember, between these flat bones. These are the mounds of the hand. And scrubbing between these bones helps the mounds really come out. My teacher, Jessica, Alicia, my cousin says that these are like the control panels of the nervous system. So we want to scrub in there, and then let's get the top of the hand. And so many people's hands are clenched like this, gripping on to life, holding on for dear life, controlling, tensioning. Even just doing this right now, it feels like a death grip. It feels, I mean, you can try it with me. It feels like fear, like a hardness in my heart, like a protection. But when I scrub, and when I soften, and when I open, it feels like a breath of fresh air, a sigh of relief. It feels like I don't have to grip so tightly. I can be soft. I can be open. Let's go ahead and scrub into the back of the neck here. Just noticing where your back becomes your neck and your neck becomes your scalp. And just exploring around in here, the bones of the skull, the back of the jaw, where the skull becomes the jaw. Maybe making some neck circles here. Something I've really loved lately is just a little bit of pressure on the head. I feel it all the way down to the base of my spine. Just a little pressure. And I still lift and spread my toes as I do this. And then you also want to reverse it, so bringing the neck back for a moment. I recently got this. I'm curious if anyone in the community has heard of this. A friend recommended it to me. It is a spinal, what do they call it? Spinal traction device. And so I lay on it for 10 minutes a day, and it's meant, and I think it really is working, to correct that upper spinal curve and the text neck that we all suffer from nowadays. And I'm curious, has anyone else used a spinal traction device? what's been your experience, please reach out to me and let me know, because this, like, I only have one friend that I think has ever used it, so I'm kind of like trying to gather community intel here. Okay, what else do we want to do for our last 5 minutes? Let's do a little feet work. So let's go ahead and take a seat. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here. We're going to bring one thigh. Well, let me angle this camera so y'all can see. Across like this. And we're just going to scrub into the bottom of that precious foot. How often are you touching your feet, dear ones? Ooh, it feels like a nice stretch on, for me, that left IT band as I kind of put some pressure on that knee. Just getting acquainted. Maybe take a look at your feet, dropping any judgment. Just giving loving touch and loving gaze to those precious feet that do so much for you. We're going to thread our fingers through the toes like you're holding a hand. And start to make circles. Breathing deep here. And reverse your circles. Beautiful. Giving a nice scrub into the front of that shin, into the knee, into that Achilles. Nice little squeeze into the Achilles tendon, the back of the heel. Noticing what wants to release, letting it go, giving a nice final scrub. We're going to turn the toe, the big toe. The second toe. This really works. It clears my mind unlike anything. The third toe. I don't do footwork every day. I wish I did. I wish I carved the time for that practice because it's deeply important, but I do it at least a couple times a week. And it was really hard for me to get started. I felt like it was silly. I felt like it was such a waste of time. And I mean, part of me still does, which is so interesting, doing this publicly, like preaching the benefits. There can still be part of us that's like, is this doing anything? But even in this moment, I'm like, my mind feels clear. I feel alive. I feel awake. I feel regulated and embodied. Giving last little brush to that sweet foot. We'll pick up the foot and just kind of swing the hip back and forth. And maybe grabbing the ankle, just kind of wiggle that foot, let it just drop. Don't bring any tension into the foot, just use your arm strength to just wiggle that foot. We're going to take it to the other side. Well, first, let's pause and notice. Wow, I have a massive difference. The hip I just did feels so open and free, and all the right side is still completely locked up. So let's take it to the other side and cross that leg over. Make sure you all can see me. We're gonna bring some touch and loving gaze to that right foot. What do you want to say to the foot? Thank you, foot, for carrying me on my hike yesterday. Thank you. I'm going to thread the fingers here. My right foot feels a bit more challenging to thread today. just start to make some circles with that foot. Noticing self-criticism as I see my own reflection. Trying to bring in a lot of love for myself. Sometimes it's hard to show up and be seen and be visible, but that's part of our leadership, isn't it? How do we model how we show up? How do we show up? Can we show up honestly, authentically? How can we be even more vulnerable? Let's reverse that circle. I'm going to scrub into that right shin as I make the foot circles, give it a nice little squeeze. It's so interesting, the relationship between the shin and the toes. Like I can feel the different things moving together and releasing and tensioning. So fascinating. Everything is connected. All right, we're gonna let that go. We're gonna scrub into the foot here, the sides, the top, the bottom. I will say I did get a pedicure a couple weeks ago, and that helped me feel more foot love. But there are times where, it's been a while since I really cared for my feet, and I can feel a lot of judgment towards my feet from time to time. I think that's pretty common. So, yeah, just noticing if you need like some oils on your feet, like what would help you feel like you're caring for your feet and just softening that judgment. All right, what else did we do on the other side? Let's turn our toes. So we're going to grab that big toe, make some circles. We're about at time here, dear ones. I just want to thank you for embodying your leadership with me, for showing up for your nervous system, your precious body, and for your leadership in the world, because we need you regulated. We need you confident and powerful and unafraid. And when you are afraid, to be able to have the tools to come inward and then also vulnerably into community, to soften and to be your full self. Because we need that modeled too. It's very meta. It's like this work is so important. It's important for your individual resourcing as a leader, but it's also important in and of itself. Because when we do this work, for example, when I do this work and I do it publicly, I'm modeling what it looks like. I'm trying to model what it looks like to really love myself, to really be authentic, to be soft, to be myself, and to take care of myself, and to say to, all the potential viewers out there, right? Which is a psychic construct, to say to them, to you, to other, I believe I am worthy of this. I am worthy of this loving touch. And the Buddha says you can travel the whole world and you won't find anyone who's more worthy than you of your own compassion. So it has to start here, and then it spirals out from there. And I know we live in a really challenging world right now. There's so much war and genocide and violence occurring right in this moment. And your personal self-care practices are not separate from what's happening in the world. I think they're vital. And they are vital because they're connected to your expansive ability to keep fighting and to keep going and to speak out against genocide, to put your body in the way, to go to actions in person if you're able, or to show up online, to donate money, to have the confidence to speak out. That's part of our leadership too. And if our nervous systems are shut down, disconnected, depressed, or hypervigilant, anxious all the time, we're not going to be able to find that regulation, that still point, that balance, to be able to change the world, like literally. And I see so many activists and leaders burning out. And this is an essential part of the work we're doing in the world. So yeah, don't judge yourself for taking the time. It's actually quite vital. Let's hold that space for each other, for our communities. And yeah, pre Palestine. Love y'all so much. Thanks for showing up today for yourself, for your leadership work in the world. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer. Most of the work I do is quite intuitive, so just listen to your body today. May we all just continue to sensitize ourselves even more in this desensitizing world. Presence ourselves even more in this deeply escaping world and this numbing world. And so it is. May you be well. May you be free. Love you. Bye. See you next Monday. Same time.